Okay, not to be dramatic, but I think Spirit is leaving me signs everywhere. You've had it, right? The same reoccurring numbers, a song constantly looping, butterflies and rainbows like everywhere. Oh, signs and synchronicities, you're not making this up. Spirit is always guiding you. The question is, are you actually listening, or are you palming it off as a coincidence? So, have you had those moments where you literally are thinking about somebody and they call you? Have you dreamt about somebody and then you bump into them at the supermarket? Have you asked for a sign and a feather has literally fallen from the sky in front of you? Or you're walking on the beach and all of a sudden there's feathers everywhere and you've gone, oh, maybe a bird just got taken out by a cat, or oh, is it just a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. These are very significant signs that Spirit is always guiding you. This is a divine intelligence that is here for you, and it's always here for you. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 most common signs that most people experience, and those that actually follow the signs end up at the pot of gold, at the end of the rainbow, literally. By the end of this video, you're not going to be saying, was that a sign? You're going to be saying, thank you, I see you, and I know what to do. So stick around, because this activation is going to be next level. So I remember one day waking up feeling a bit groggy, woken up on the wrong side of the bed, and I was actually thinking, why am I even doing this? When you feel like you're going like 3 steps forward and like 5 backwards? Anyway, I walk into the kitchen and my daughter's in there making herself breakfast, and without even saying anything, she basically turns around to me and she says, don't worry, Mummy, everything's going to be okay. Everything's working out perfectly. She said something to the tune of that. And I was kind of shocked, because my daughter is super intuitive. She'd barely even looked at me. So how did she know? And what I kind of came into the awareness of is Spirit is always guiding us, not just when we're sitting there going into prayer mode, when we're like coming into spirit mode or in a matrix or meditation. Spirit is always guiding us. And this is something that I want to tell you guys. It's through the words of babes, through our children, through strangers on the street, through our animals, like coming in, giving us nudges, or coming up to us, or our partners saying something, or friends, whoever, right? Other human beings are guiding us, and our guides are guiding them to guide us. A bit of a tongue twister there. And I want to tell you all about this in these 5 steps. So are you ready? Are you ready to actually wake up to what you're already in, but take the bull by the horns and see these signs and do something about it? Okay, if so, I want you to put down below, I am ready, or give me a 111 so you can anchor this in and Spirit knows you're ready. So let's get into this right now. The 5 most common signs that Spirit is guiding you. The first one is repetition. 111, 222, 555. I was going to see my grandma. She's literally, it was her last few days of living. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be there for her passing. I just knew I had to go. I literally cancelled my day. I messaged all of my clients and said, I'm sorry, but I cannot work today. In fact, I had jumped on one of the calls ready for the soul mapping, and I said, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to make it next week because I have to go. I had this gut instinct that I had to go, and I had to go now. I jumped in the car, I picked up my kid from school, and the whole 5-hour drive, I saw 555. And I shit you not, I saw it like 50 times. My son CJ and I were counting. We also saw 666, 111. We also saw 777. We had doves fly in front of our car. We saw about 5 different rainbows in 5 different towns. And I was like, this is like mind-blowing. Repetition is literally a sign that you're being guided. Now, if I had any doubt or guilt about changing and rain checking my clients' sessions, it was all gone because of these signs. The 555 that showed up like 50 times, I'm guessing, I'm guessing the number there, but we stopped counting after 30. It was ridiculous. Everywhere we turned, my son and I were like, what is happening? Like, our minds were blown. All doubt dissipated because I knew I was going where I needed to be because Spirit was guiding me. And literally, that is me telling you just a little bit. So much happened on that trip that was completely mind-blowing, including like my grandma's name showing up on number plates and stuff like that. It was just so cool. And I'm sure you've had experiences like that as well. Repetition is literally, people say, what does 1111 mean or whatever? It means you're on the right track and Spirit is guiding you, the breadcrumbs, Hansel and Gretel, the breadcrumbs, guiding you to stay on the path or even shift and realign. So that is number one. So number two, unexpected messages. So like I mentioned before with my daughter, like I go into the kitchen, she hasn't even barely looked at me. She turns around and says, don't worry, Mummy, everything's perfect. Everything's going to be okay. And I'm like, huh? And this can happen with a stranger in the gym. It happened to me with this 85-year-old. I think she was about 85. And she came up to me. She started talking. Just before that conversation, I was talking to my friend about, I want to go to the gym because I want to be healthy and strong when I'm in my 80s. And I think this is really important for our bones and all these different things. And this lady came up to me and I couldn't help but think, this was my guide saying you're on the right track and you're correct with your thought process. So that is an unexpected messenger. Of course, animals and like friends, we can get a message on social media. Something can pop up on your YouTube and you're like, I didn't even say that out loud. So I don't think my phone's listening to me. Is this telepathic? No, this is your guides telling you you're in the right time, the right space, and maybe giving you a little nudge towards something a little bit different. So unexpected messages is massive. And it could be anywhere. It could be in the clouds. It could be opening a book and reading a paragraph. I love to do that, by the way. It could be like pulling yourself a card. Unexpected messages in the most craziest way. Really important not to micromanage your life too much so you can be open to these experiences. Number three, I talk about the body and the somatics and the breath and being human a lot. Body sensations. Now, I'm a very sensatory being, so I'm a splenic projector in human design. So I'm very, very sensatory. So the goosebumps, feeling a little bit sick, a little bit dizzy, or like getting chills, or feeling warm, or feeling love. Spirit will speak through your body. Often you might say words that you're like, I don't ever use that word. I don't even know how to spell that word. That is Spirit guiding through you. This is what we call channeling. Channeling happens through the body. And if you're getting sensations or feelings, even like gut feelings, like, oh, I don't want to go to that, or I'm sensing something. I like the word sensing. I'm sensing something. What am I sensing rather than I'm thinking something? Okay, so sensing through the body, your guides will come and they will literally give you nudges through your body. Remember, your body actually isn't solid. We are literally energy. We are vibration and frequency. So of course we're going to sense things through our body because we're embodied. We are spirit within a body. So that of course is number three. Okay, number four is synchronicities. So I said the 111s and the feathers and all these different things, but what about perfect timing? Now, recently when I was driving to see my grandma, the time I was just talking about before, I was running late. Now, this was odd for me because I don't run late. I'm always perfectly on time. It's a belief that I anchored in. Even if I leave later, I'm always on time. But today I was actually running late. But was I running late? No, it was perfect divine timing because I literally missed a slip in the road and I missed a truck coming the other way. If I was any earlier, I don't even want to think what would have happened. But also, I received a message just before I had to swerve from the slip. And this message was a knowing. It was in my body. It was goosebumps. And it was really to do with my son and like my son being safe. It was kind of crazy. And I didn't know what was happening. But Of course, synchronicities, gut knowings, repetition, all of these things, unexpected messages, all go hand in hand. So when it comes to synchronicities, when it comes to being late or getting a phone call or someone canceling, I know that these synchronicities are perfectly orchestrated for the safety of me and my family and my clients around me. And that is why if I have to cancel something, if I have any type of sense, if something happens, I'm like, it is what it is. And I'm trusting what it is perfect for me. So what are those synchronicities for you when it comes to perfect timing, when it comes to maybe being late or being early, or your alarm accidentally shifting and changing? Like, we beat ourselves up for not being perfect, but what if it is all perfect and everything is happening in a beautiful synchronicity? Okay, number 5 is internal knowing. And we have to really be in tune with our body, like I said before, to know this. A lot of people come to me and they go, I don't know what joy is. I always choose the wrong, type of partner or go down the wrong path, or this has been my history. And it's like, you're not in tune with your inner knowing, your inner gut, your inner trust and wisdom. This is really important because that gut yes or that gut no, just like I felt that sense in the car, I was like, oh, I need to keep my eyes on the road and my hand on the steering wheel. I just got a message and I don't even know what it is. It was a feeling, it was a gut, it was an instinct. My eyes were on the road, my hands were on the steering wheel, and I had to swerve and a truck was coming. If I had picked up my phone to see what the beep was, if I had gone out the window to look at the view, I don't even want to know what would have happened. The guides have got my back, right? So, of course, your gut knowing, your gut drop is absolutely everything. This is your guide speaking through you. By the way, if you haven't watched my other videos on spirit guides, I just want to tell you this one thing. You are your number one guide, and we have guides. Of course, we've got spirit teams which have been with us since we were born. They're two different things. Guides come and go. But also we have spirit. And spirit is giving us the nudges. They're not always spirit teams or spirit guides. Sometimes they're a loved one in spirit who is coming through and giving us a little soul whisper, giving us a sense in our body, giving us that gut, giving us that 111. And I can't but help think that my grandma was giving me the 555s 50 times because within 2 days she had passed and I was able to be at her side with my sisters and my mum. She was 97 years old, and before her passing, that very night, we had a big birthday party for my brother-in-law and my sister. We had a big party with 2 cakes, singing happy birthday at the top of our lungs. And as I was videoing that, there was orbs through the entire video. I took 2 videos and I double checked to make sure there wasn't any dust. Like, I literally am the most practical spiritual person you've ever met. Like, I want to make sure there's not a scientific, reason why it was happening or a practical reason. And there was orbs everywhere. There was magic and miracles all day. And just before we left for that night at the rest home, as we knew she was in her last days, her breathing changed. And we all looked at each other, my sisters, who are my best friends, and they're both mediums, and my mum, who is like a covert medium. She's super religious. And we looked at each other and we said, she wants us to be here. We all came to her body, we put her hands on and we said, Grandma, we love you and thank you. And it's okay to go now. She left within 10 minutes. If it wasn't for those signs, if it wasn't for me trusting the perfect synchronicities, if it wasn't for me knowing with my gut instinct, if it wasn't for me to keeping my hands on the road being late that day, if it wasn't for me cancelling my clients and trusting innately in spirit and myself, I would have missed that opportunity. And I really don't think that she would have passed if it was just 2 of us or, just my sisters. I think my mum needed to be there. I think me and my sisters needed to be there. And we had planned on leaving until right then her breathing changed and we all tuned in and went, it's time for us to stay and support her in her transition. So, magic and miracles are everywhere. And I am personally open to working with spirit, to working with what is meant to be. And at the end of the day, when we trust our gut, the bone instinct, when you know something to your bone, even if it might be loud and strong, or it might be a subtle whisper, it's so important to listen, because this may save your life, but also it's going to bring you closer to spirit. Spirit is a collective of source consciousness, God, the universe, and yourself, because you are a spark of God. Okay, are you ready for our activation? I would also love to know, out of those 5, what was the most prominent for you? What is the one that pops for you? What is the one that resonates the most? So pop it down in the chat. Let me know what resonates. I love to hear from you. And let's go find a space that's nice and comfortable for our activation. When you're ready, I invite you to close down your eyes. I invite you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose all the way down to your belly. And breathing out your mouth when you're ready, and just letting the day roll off. Letting all responsibilities, expectations, any to-do lists, just letting them go. Just for now, you can pick them up later. A nice deep breath in again through your nose, filling up your belly and allowing it to just roll out your mouth as you go down into relaxation, doing a body scan from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Anchoring down into where you lay or sit, feeling heavier within your body. Visualizing a white light coming in from the top of your head and going all the way down through your body, down through your feet into the earth. Visualizing the energy of the earth coming up through your feet and working its way all the way up through your legs, your torso, your neck, your head, down your shoulders, down your arms, into your fingers. Allowing the universal energy and the earth energy to combine to create an equilibrium. Clearing your energy centers, supporting your human body. Another nice deep breath in through your nose. Filling up your belly, the biggest breath you've had all day. Holding at the top for a moment and breathing out when you're ready. Down into relaxation, dropping your barriers, expanding your energy, and fully relaxing. Breathing into any sticky spots, any tension or resistance within your body. Now this can be mentally, emotionally, or physically. Breathing in any warmth into any resistance, any pain, any tightness, stickiness, or even any energy of resistance, emotions, stiffness, and just caressing the body, the emotions, or anything that's coming up with your breath. And as you breathe out, breathing out all tension, breathing in love and light, breathing out any tension or stress, coming down deeper, deeper, deeper into relaxation. Beautiful. And just being an allowance of how you feel. However you feel is perfect and divine. You are loved and you are safe, and you are the strongest entity in your reality. I invite you now to say silently or out loud, whatever resonates, I am open. I am listening. I allow myself to receive. Feeling any energetic shifts. Noticing the air on your skin. Noticing your mind. Is there any mind chatter? Sometimes it helps if we do third eye gaze, looking inward towards the brows and between the brows. Your body knows. Acknowledging that you are not your body. Your body is her or his own entity. Seeing and acknowledging that you are spirit. You are body. You are soul. And now asking, Spirit, what do you want me to know? Spirit, what do you want me to know? Please acknowledge that if a lot is coming through or if nothing is coming through, if nothing is coming through, it is all divine. Time is not real, and often the messages will come through beyond the meditation. Anchor into your trust right now as you receive information from Spirit, Spirit guides, Spirit team, and your loved ones in Spirit. That's it. I am willing to receive. I am open. I am listening. Just noticing what you are noticing. I repeat, Spirit, what do you want me to know today? And just acknowledging that Spirit is fast, faster than we are. So we can ask Spirit to slow down, and I invite you to speed up, to drop any of the filters that you have and allow yourself to receive in this space of your inner matrix. I invite you now to start bringing your attention back to your body from wherever you may have drifted to. Bring yourself back to your body Acknowledging your body in the space where you are lying or sitting. Bring the attention to behind your eyelids and notice what you can see. Bring your attention to your fingers and your toes, the outline of your body. Notice what you can taste in your mouth. Notice what you can smell, and hearing my voice loud and clear. Noticing the space around you. Noticing your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Noticing the messages that have come through today and anchoring them into your memory. And when you are ready, take a nice deep breath in, blinking your eyes open and finding something blue in the room or having a look at your palms. Welcome back. Take your time. There's no emergency. Feel free to pause this video and write down everything that came through, or pause this video and tell us in the chat below what came through for you. Was it the same as what usually comes through? Is it the same kind of format? Or does something new come through? Did you feel any resistance, or did you feel expanded? Did you feel relaxed? Did you feel triggered? All of these things are good, because the truth is we're stretching the capacities, we're building the muscle, we're opening our consciousness to something different, to see things from a different perspective. Because the feathers have always been there, so has the 111s, so has the rainbows and the butterflies. It's not fluffy, it's not woo-woo. It's actually listening to the guides, the guidance of spirit, of your higher self. So you don't need to chase signs. You don't need to be grabbing. I always say with manifestation, like, people are like, I want to win lotto. And I'm like, why don't you be lotto? It's just like, I want to hear spirit and my guides. I want to see what my guides look like and their names. And it just isn't happening for me. It's like, it's so external, but it's not. Be the guide. Be the lotto. Be what it is that you desire. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you can practice and be in gratitude and go with these steps that we've talked about today, if you keep up with these activations, by the way, you can do these activations as many times as you want. Often people message me and go, how many times is too many times? I'm like, just push subscribe. Make sure you save the playlist and do it again and again and again if you like. And of course, I've got videos that are just activations. So you can literally just find your most favorite and just do it every day for a month. And I know that sometimes people pass out during an activation, and that's okay. Some people can't find the relaxation in the activation. That's okay. One of my clients, Dawn, she did one of my activations. It was like a 30-minute long activation. She did it every day for a month, and she would pass out, and she was like, I just can't stay conscious. And after doing it for a month, she had stretched her edges and shifted her subconscious so much that she could actually stay in a meditative state without passing out through the whole thing. So there is no judgment. We receive however we need to receive so we can receive. You are here to receive the messages, not to chase. You're here to embody them. You're here to acknowledge them, not look externally. And this is why I call inner matrix and spirit mode. This is why I call these words, because to bring you back into yourself. This is why we do breath. This is why we do embodiment. And in my magnificent mediumship program, we really integrate. We really get practiced at becoming more consciously aware, because to know spirit is to know self. Your power is your greatest protection, and so is your presence. So I'm curious, how are you feeling now? How are you feeling? If you're here and you've been here the whole time, I just want to salute you, Congratulations, because that shows me you've got stickability. It shows me that you're really taking this seriously in a way of you want to be here, you want to grow spiritually, okay? And we can do it in a fun, playful, and expansive way. You don't need to be a scholar to be a medium. You don't need to be a priest or a monk or, practice Buddhism for years on end. You are it. And when we look within, sometimes it can be a little bit confronting, but sometimes it can be powerful. And if it wasn't for following these simple steps and integrating them into my life, I wouldn't have been there for such an honor of the passing of my grandma. I wouldn't have been able to stand at her funeral and speak a channel that had come through from my great-grandmother. I wouldn't have been able to smile and just know that she is good. That funeral was the happiest funeral I ever went to. We partied during the funeral with the kids, singing Country Road to all the photos of her. We could feel her from everywhere, from the rainbows. We saw this massive, big, gorgeous bird in the sky the day after her funeral. It was all beautiful colors, like a phoenix rising. It took over the whole sky. We were in awe because things are so much bigger than the way that we perceive with our minds. And if we are willing to expand a little bit more, shift our perspective a little bit more, magic and miracles appear continuously. They always are. Always are. It's just if we're on the right track, we're on the right path, and we're consciously aware and present enough, we will be able to see them. In magnificent mediumship, we walk with spirit. We don't chase, we don't try to find. We acknowledge that we are, and we shift the frequency a little bit so the communication is easier. Magnificent mediumship isn't just about talking to dead people. It's about being the channel. It is about being the guide, and it's about connecting to our spirit teams, not from a place of being in a pedestal or seeing spirit on a pedestal, but actually becoming in this equilibrium of our very own inner matrix ecosystem. So if you're ready to jump into this journey, you'll be able to see in the description the sign up link or the sales page, and you can go flirt with it. Go see if you feel like if it's a fit for you. If you've got a spark, even if you've got a little bit of a stretch and like, I don't know, being scared and being excited is a good sign. So you can always go down, figure out whether you are interested, and you can come and inquire, have a chat to me, and we can go on this beautiful journey of spirit together. But of course, we do have another video that is coming up for you, and it's all about putting the dots together. You would have heard me say in previous videos, it's like a whole lot of pieces of the puzzle that make no sense. Just like I was saying, the gut instinct and all of these things happening with my grandma, the thought about my son, and then of course the slip and being late. All of these came together when I looked back. It all made sense. Now the thing is, when we look forward, we can't see, but when we look back, we can see. So I want to talk about this in the next video, putting all the dots together when it comes to your manifestation, but when it comes to spirit and how we can become the strongest mediums. And we are the strongest entities in our reality. This has been such an honor being here with you today. I would love to hear from you to see what's landed for you. I love to do teachings that are from beginners, we're never beginners by the way, to advanced. So wherever you are on your journey and you're here till the end, you're meant to be here and you belong here. Thank you for being here. Until next time, namaste.